$2,000 in rebate savings and 0% interest financing store-wide makes it a great time to buy. LG front store refrigeration priced at $15.99. Weber gas grills as low as $3.99. Plus free delivery, installation, and hauling away of the old during the Memorial Day sale. That's Silica for your home.
Hi, I'm Josh Schneider from Silica for your home. Our digital price tags make it convenient and guarantee the lowest price available.
Hey, it's Ben Brust from KBN. You're listening to 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, WBEV AM, Beaver Dam, Dodge County, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time for the Damn Sports Show, presented by Real Sports Cards in Waupun, featuring Mr. Smooth himself.
My who's hot is Wally.
Yeah, that's fair.
Smoking hot.
Corey Sparks, and a real athlete.
I am an athlete. I am going to show up and dominate.
Wally Lukaczynski, covering everything Titletown and pro, college, and high school sports around South Central Wisconsin. Here are these heroes. Really heroes?
Just proving the hero that I am, just in the nick of time to be tortured for all of your enjoyments at home.
Okay, here are these heroes now. Broadcasting live on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, Daily Dodge TV, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yes, welcome to a special edition of the Dam Sports Show as we are fieldside ahead of the Beaver Dam Softball Regional Semifinal matchup with the Sheboygan North Golden Raiders, a battle between two gold teams today, Golden Raiders, Golden Beavers. This is the Dam Sports Show on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, Daily Dodge TV, and the brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. That's live listening, show replays, exclusive content, all on the brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The Wisconsin sports fans' best way to stay in touch with their favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows, and of course keep up with their favorite teams as well. You can find the brand new ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. Full crew on hand today. Corey Sparks here with you alongside Wally Lukaczynski. And we have both of our producers taking on different roles today. Aiden is on site with us. Aiden Voigt is our video engineer for today's, not only today's show, but today's softball broadcast between Beaver Dam and Sheboygan North. And then Jack Wilski is back at the station at 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Full crew, and it kind of makes sense. Big matchup today that we're previewing.
Yeah, well, absolutely. You got to give a shout out not only to Aiden here, but of course to the seniors that are over here to our right too. Out of school now, so they're kind of at the end of their journeys here.
This is extra credit.
This is extra credit. This is the end of that Golden Beaver experience for them, and they obviously don't want that to end today. And a win today would mean that we're back here sitting outside once again in 48 hours on Thursday to hopefully do it again.
Yeah, a couple of housekeeping things. We are still workshopping our punishment. That's going to be, it's not going to be in the middle of July, but that's the deadline for this challenge. I'm now one game behind Wally in our Friday Pick'em series. I'm trying to do the math here. All I know is I'm one game behind you. We were tied going into it.
20-19 for this guy right here talking, and 19-20 for the man to my right. And I will say, now that I have a game lead again, all of a sudden I'm less intimidated by the Mount Everest stuff again. I'm like, wow, all of a sudden, Corey, it looks like you're climbing the mountain.
Yeah, it looks like we should just do the challenge as we planned it.
Yeah, like if I had gone 0-3, you'd gone 3-0, I'd be sitting here right now, maybe.
Like, let's shut it down.
Like, I don't know, maybe we do something else. There's something there. I don't know if it's Mount Everest. I went over the weekend and decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to further test this. I mentioned I did it 5 minutes on Thursday with a couple of the fellas from the station. Went over there on Saturday night and said, Wally, let's get a workout in. So I did it for 30 minutes. And, Corey, when I say that I was in physical agony at the end of 30 minutes, and I started doing, like, the math in my head, I'm like, wait, I'd have to do this, like, 40 times over.
How many stair climbs did you get in?
Okay, I'm trying to remember. I was just off my pace of 10 minutes, so I want to say it was something around for 5 minutes I did 12. I want to say it was like 55.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And I think it's like 1893 is the total number that you actually have to get up.
Yeah.
So 55, you do quick math, and all of a sudden
like 3%.
The math is not mathing after 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe hand up. Wally got a little bit overambitious here, and maybe, just maybe, I have to admit I was wrong on something. And we might have to figure something else out, because I'm starting to actually buy in to not only your concerns, to Hunter's concerns, to our wonderful GM Sherry Sackett's concerns.
Yeah.
I might not live if I have to do that.
Did you talk to the director of athletics and activities for Beaver Dam High School,
I wanted
Ryan
to wait.
Gerber, about this?
I wanted to wait until I knew for a fact I could do it. Because I'm like, if I could do it, then yeah, I'm absolutely going to do it. Now if I go over there and I'm like, hey, you know what, Ryan? Maybe we make Mount Everest climb. Then it's an expectation. Wally, we got to get you doing this. Now that I'm sitting here a little bit wiser than I was a week ago, we're constantly growing as individuals, Corey.
Yeah,
and
we're evolving.
We're constantly evolving. It's the nature of the game. If you're not evolving, you're dying. And I don't want to be dying. And I think that I very much could be if I have to do that. So, yeah, we have to workshop something.
Another challenge that you are definitely doing is going to be this Saturday, and it's your hair down showdown against McKenna Nelson, state golf champion McKenna Nelson, who claimed that title her sophomore year.
For at least one more week.
And you're going to go, it's not straight up, but you're going to go head-to-head with her 9 holes at Old Hick here in Beaver Dam on Saturday. We're going to have her in studio tomorrow to go over the details of that, whether you're getting a stroke a hole, 2 strokes a hole, a stroke and a half a hole, because she's used to shooting like 2, 3, 4 under per round sometimes.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I'm her elder, and I feel like there's just like a lack of respect to elders shown, and I definitely deserve at least a stroke, if not 2. Again, I don't really need it.
Could you shoot a 54, realistically, on 9 holes? Could you shoot a 54?
If we're in the trust tree and, like, nobody's allowed to talk about this beforehand, probably not.
Okay.
I think that a reasonable number for me to expect, because I haven't been able to get out golfing since I moved to Beaver Dam. It's 10 months. That's not a good sign. So I think that 60 is, like, an appropriate goal. I'd be lying to say that I'm as confident as I was a week ago. Now that the date's actually getting a little closer, I'm a little nervous.
60?
60.
You have better than 60.
I don't know. Of course, I am an athlete, God-given.
I think mid-50s.
Wow.
I've never seen you swing. Well, no, that's a lie. I saw you swing in our back 40 right behind the station. We put a mat out, and you were swinging with your driver so you could show McKenna your swing plane.
She wasn't impressed.
No, I was.
And I'm not really sure why. Because, again, when I watched back, I really couldn't find a flaw with the swing.
No.
I will say that it's going to be an interesting day. If you don't think that I'm going to be talking a little smack, trying to get in my opposition's head.
I wonder if she's ever dealt with that. Because, like, McKenna's in all of these different tournaments where I feel like golf etiquette is of the utmost importance. And then you're just going to mess around for like 2 hours.
What do you mean? I'm taking this very seriously.
Like, I wonder if her family's ever done that or if there's ever been a heckler, because I bet you the people she's playing in like twosomes, threesomes, foursomes, they're not doing that.
No.
They're focused on their own game.
And when it's all, if you're getting anything, it's a nice shot. Like, you're going to like how that plays. My goal is when there is that 1 in like 40 shots that isn't great from her, that's when I hit her with that. You're going to like the way that plays. You're going to like that one a lot as it's sitting in the forest.
I hope she hears this.
I hope she does too. I'm coming for her. Tomorrow she's going to be in studio.
Yeah,
that's going to be very, very exciting to have her in there. So we'll have her in the second half of the show. We do have stipulations. There will be a punishment, which I've been workshopping. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to get her to sign off on it as well. But let's just say the Hair Down Showdown, the name is going to be a little indicative of what the punishment might be.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So we have that coming up. Tomorrow, weather permitting, we are planning on going on, if you're watching on Daily Dodge TV right now, this very softball diamond for about 30 minutes for a practice with Coach Quinn Hines' squad, which I really do appreciate, because assuming Beaver Dam wins today, that would be a practice, the only practice in between games, and they're letting us be a part of that. So probably in the cooling down phases. And then for Beaver Dam baseball, we're going to go out there with Nate Wilkie's squad. They've got a couple of non-conference games left. They got a 3 seed, and they're gearing up for a playoff run as well. And we will go out there, and he said at least field some grounders. I'd be curious to see if we get any BP in. That feels like a bad idea, and then get in the outfield too.
I just want to throw it out there.
Either way, BP feels like a very bad idea.
What happens when we go out there, and I hope Jeffrey Freund, you hear this, Mr. FedEx himself, and I take him deep. Am I on the team on Thursday?
What happens when you wear one on the shoulder?
Well, I'm not worried about that. I just have to tough it up. Yeah. Will I cry a little bit? Probably. But, just like those are manly tears. What I will say, though, when I go yard, and probably on both of these fields tomorrow, you have to start considering the possibility, do they bring me on for a run?
You got to assume someone's going to lend you their bat.
That's true.
Yeah, we're bringing our own gloves, and possibly we're not going to need to bring our own ball. They'll have plenty. But I think I think you're going to need to hope that somebody lends you their bat.
Well, it might have to be lent a bat, but at some point we are going to. Well, who knows? I'm following coach's instruction. I'm a team player tomorrow.
Sure.
So if they tell me to be in the field, shag fly balls, I'm ready to do it. If I'm going to be taking BP, great. If I'm going to be infield, I'll turn some nasty double plays. Whatever coach needs me, I'll throw BP out there. I'm ready.
I think we'll both be throwing BP, whether we think it's BP or not.
Well, that's
Do
nasty
you
stuff.
know the last time? I mean, we play catch before these games sometimes, but like last time you took practice reps for baseball/softball, were you ever in any like beer league softball teams or anything like that?
The last time I took like actual swings off of like BP, I was working with the Washington Wild Things right before COVID hit.
Oh, okay.
In 2019, the summer of that. And it was
6 years ago.
Yeah, so very, very recent, mind you. But we were doing that right after one of the games, and they kept the lights on after. It was the last home game of the season, so people got to go out there. Yeah, I'm not going to pat myself too hard on the back, but yeah, I was getting to the outfield.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's basically the same
Any
thing.
over the wall?
No, I mean, it was a short, abbreviated period. It's for the kids.
Yeah, you were just warming up.
It was, yeah, it's just out there to have a good time.
You
but
didn't want to show anybody up.
No, that's all. That's what it's about. Again, it's a team sport. We talk about that a lot at GKB. GKB is a team sport. I don't want to show anybody up.
Okay. So that's kind of a preview of the week. McKenna Nelson will be in studio tomorrow from 4:30 p.m. until 5. And then second half of the show, which is going to be abbreviated, it'll be from 4:15 to 4:30. Oh, we got Gatorade.
This hero.
Heck yeah, there we go. Thank
Jeff
you,
Eberly again. We're
Awesome
looking at
stuff.
this gorgeous field in front of us.
At least somebody loves you guys.
Oh, no, we feel that love. We
That's
feel
awesome
that
stuff.
love. Makes it so easy to come out here. And we're looking at just like one of the pristine environments that you can get in high school sports right now. Field's just taken care of to the T.
They take awesome care of it.
They do. So, I mean, we're very spoiled here. We know that. We like to have fun, but we don't get to do this without the support of the teams, without the support of the players, the coaches,
100%.
the community. So we're very spoiled. And to be a part of tomorrow, all jokes aside, I'm excited to do it. I hope that we get to kind of bring a little levity to what can be a stressful time in playoff baseball, playoff softball.
And then for track, they have a regional there today. So the parking lot to our right over here, just off the main street coming off of Highway 151, is packed. I mean, they're hosting a regional here for track and field. And then we have a baseball practice gearing up for a couple of non-con games on Thursday and Friday. And a softball regional semifinal. If Beaver Dam wins this, they'll be in a spot to host on Thursday.
Yeah, we got a lot of impactful stuff right here.
And then playoff baseball next week
in Beaver Dam. So if you're not able to watch here on Daily Dodge TV, I recommend you come out here in person. Great weather. I'm hoping that we get that again on Thursday. It looks like Wednesday's kind of the day of rain right now.
Yeah.
If we can avoid that, I think we're in a good spot.
for our practices tomorrow.
I got a question though. As Jeff brought up these Gatorades, it went through my head. If you had to power rank the Gatorade color flavors, whatever you want to call it,
Probably the one that we have now. I love the
lemon lime is very high on that list.
Fruit punch is up there too.
Fruit punch is one of those for me that it's like I'll throw it back too fast. I almost don't enjoy it. Then I'm going to start cramping up on it.
Yeah.
The blues, for whatever reason, like you can like throw out the actual flavors to a lot of these. The blue is just blue.
The blue Gatorade Zero is awesome. It's like Glacial Freeze or whatever.
That one's great.
Yeah,
There's
that
cool
one's
blue.
awesome.
I know there's like the grape fierce. I love a good grape anything.
I don't like grape.
Of course you don't.
Reminds me of like cough medicine.
Cough medicine?
Yeah, grape cough medicine.
You have a grape Gatorade and you're telling me you're thinking of cough medicine.
It's not great.
It's not great. It's
Not
great.
a good flavor.
You're not a good flavor. That's a grape is exceptional.
That's a wild quote right there.
Well, I start thinking about like you got like the grape Tootsie Pops. Those are the best, and they come in blue. That's the one that throws me through a loop. But anything with grape, like I have grapes sitting at home in the fridge right now. Got to be ready. What's the old expression? If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
I like actual grapes, but the grape flavoring. Same thing. Like I love bananas, but banana flavoring, horrible.
Actually, inverse for me. I don't like the texture of bananas. I don't. It just weirds me out. It's like mushy and kind of weird. So
The artificial is good for you.
Yeah. Again, like give me as many microplastics in my body as possible.
Jeez. Okay. Perfect. So the second half of the show is going to be fill in the damn blank, and then from 4:35ish to about 5, there'll be your pregame show ahead of Beaver Dam softball against Sheboygan North. It's a regional semifinal. If Beaver Dam wins, they play host to their next opponent, a to-be-determined opponent. On Thursday, Beaver Dam baseball gets their postseason journey going starting next Tuesday. That's going to be a night game underneath the lights. So they're really starting to utilize those stadium lights now in a playoff atmosphere, which will be super cool. Because Beaver Dam last year for baseball, they hung around 500, but they only had one home game against Cedarburg, and it was at 5 o'clock. Going to be a different feeling to have that primetime feel, and then also know it's a do-or-die scenario. So we'll step aside for a quick break. When we return, a few phrases that we will fill in the damn blank for, and then it'll be time for the pregame show for Beaver Dam Softball here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, Daily Dodge TV, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Cards in Waupun. Stay tuned to 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
If you are looking for a one-stop shop for all things sports cards, well, make sure you head on over to Real Sports Cards in Waupun, or you can check out the Real Sports Cards app. Whether you're into sports cards or Pokemon cards or anything in between, Real Sports Cards has you covered with live break streaming right on the app. You can grab individual cards on the go, be a part of a group, and watch for your favorite players and teams as the packs get opened. Go to the Apple or Google Play Store today. Look for the orange logo with the 3 cards in the middle, and take your collection to the next level with Real Sports Cards. That is your local resource for all things sports cards, Pokemon cards, and more. This is already the second half of today's edition of the Dam Sports Show, streaming live on Daily Dodge TV, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, and the brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Wally Lukashitsky, Corey Sparks here with you. Aiden Voigt, our on-site video engineer. Jack Wilski, our audio engineer, back at the 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam station. It is Tuesday, and since, even though it's only about 4:15, this is the end of the show, we are playing Fill in the Damn Blank. And we have a kind of a recycled list from the last couple of weeks. Just the last few, the bottom of the barrel that we could not get to. That's not to say they aren't good. They just hadn't made the cut the
There's
last
a
couple
reason
of shows.
they're making the show today. Is that we weren't going to let
we
these
saved
ones.
The best for last.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we just kind of collected them. So we have a couple on here. The first one is going to come with a story for me, so I'll let you open up with what I'm expecting to be more of a short answer. The most unusual food combination you have ever had is blank.
So this is interesting, too, because my answer, it makes it seem like when you put this question the way it is, it's something that, like, that is gross or something. No, this is good. And I'm telling you, what I love to do is throw Doritos with ketchup. What is Wally doing? I'm from Pittsburgh, mind you.
It's actually good. I've done that.
You have done that?
Because you put Doritos on like a burger or something, and then it mixes with the ketchup.
See, okay, similar. So, like, but like everybody up here, they want to put ranch on everything under the sun. It's like
so
put
ketchup.
ranch in your
Heinz.
ice cream. Heinz, exactly. It's got to be Heinz.
Quinn Heinz.
Exactly. It's staying in the theme here of the softball team. Quinn Heinz is right. But Heinz 57, you got to have ketchup from there. It's Pittsburgh proud. I know that they moved. Doesn't matter. I'm still going to call them home.
I didn't know they moved.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that I think they're north of the border now. I think they're with our friends, the Canucks up there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow. Way north.
Yeah, a little north. But what I will say is that you throw a little ketchup with the Doritos. You don't think about it. But next time you out and you're just like, hey, you know what? Wally told me to try this. I'm telling you, seal of approval. This is good. If I still have Doritos today, I like spicy nacho. Throw a little ketchup on there, and all of a sudden you got yourself some business.
Spicy nacho. What's the one I like?
You probably like the taco one.
Nope. Blue.
Cool Ranch.
Yep.
Well, of course.
Cool Ranch
naturally. Here you go.
You were going to find a way to hate my pick no matter what.
No, I wasn't. It's just it makes so much sense. I brought up that everybody up here, it's like there's a ranch addiction with everything that we have to put it on. But, of course, the Cool Ranch would be your play.
It doesn't really taste like ranch. It just tastes good. Mine is fat on a spoon.
Wait, what? No, I actually – wait.
Not a combination.
Like fat.
So a little story time. Yeah, fat. Pure fat.
Like from a steak, or is this like I'm trying to imagine?
From meat. So
okay,
we have this little.
I'm trying to follow here.
It's like patterned like an asparagus. It's like those little dishes that you put your utensil in next to the stove or the oven, right? Where you just lay them down. Do you have any of those, or just something that you collect your utensils in?
Yeah.
We have a mini bowl, and that over time will collect things. Like if I am putting a spatula in it after I'm flipping a burger.
This is so foul.
The fat will go to the bottom, and this is not by choice, so it gets better. Goes to the bottom and just collects, and then it solidifies. Now, that's disgusting, so I clean those out as much as possible. A couple of weeks ago, flipping burgers, and I put, instead of a spatula, because I was still washing or whatever, I put a spoon in there.
This is so foul.
And I'm thinking, okay, whatever, that's fine, I have dinner. 10 o'clock comes around, and I'm assuming I've washed that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I already got to that. Proactive, Corey. So I start making protein pancakes. Now, what color is fat, Wally? It's like a light yellow when it solidifies,
I was gonna say,
right?
it's almost that, like, opaque.
Almost like the pancake mix for chocolate chip protein pancakes.
Oh, no.
So I have now used my spatula, so I'm using a spoon instead. And I am taking 2 spoons and flipping the protein pancakes over. And then I put one of the 2 spoons into the little asparagus patterned dish with what I thought was leftover
pancake batter.
So I make the pancakes, I eat them, and then I go grab the spoon, and I go, oh, a little leftover. And I clean it off, and I almost hurl on the spot.
But that's the thing,
Pure
because
fat.
when you don't expect it to.
Oh, I could have expected it, and it would have been repulsive. But it was like 10 times worse, because I'm going, little
pancake
batter, protein
yeah.
pancake batter.
It's going to be sweet.
Boom.
I guess it probably still was sweet.
It
but
was not.
Really? And it's probably grainy, I imagine?
Like grainy grease.
Oh. Well, see, I feel better now knowing
unusual.
that you didn't do this on purpose.
No. I wasn't like, I'm going to let the fat solidify and then just clean my spoon until I can see my reflection.
I thought you were going to tell me it was like a bet you lost or something. You guys decided that whoever was going to lose.
That's probably how I was setting it up. No, I completely thought it was this chocolate chip protein pancake batter. I was like, this is going to be good. No. Pure, grainy, yellow, slimy fat.
Anytime that you're unexpecting of something, the fact that you were able to keep that down is honestly remarkable.
No, I spit it right back out.
Oh, well, I would hope so. But it's just one of those things where, I'm trying to think of an example. But to your point, where if I'm thinking I'm going to be biting like a bowl of cereal, and for some reason I got like soup instead, the unexpected factor of it is what makes it really bad to me.
Or you think you're drinking water and then it's something else.
Yeah, you think you're drinking water and then it's milk.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, or burgers, as we like to say here on the show.
Clear burgers, yes.
Those clear burgers on ice.
That don't have fat that looks like protein pancake batter.
Ah, gosh. Well, you know what? Good for you. I appreciate it.
It was a spoonful. Because it was sitting underneath it, but it hadn't solidified yet.
We got to change topic. This is making me like nauseous.
Congealed to the spoon. So we're talking like it was probably a tablespoon.
I don't need to hear anymore. Actually,
maybe 2 tablespoons.
We're going to the next thing. I can't keep doing this.
That's what the loser of our bet will do.
Oh, that's a little different. I'd take 10 spoons to the face before I do that.
Oh, gross. Okay. If you were, this is a good one. If you were to be dropped into a medieval era, your career would have been blank.
Court jester.
Why?
Well, okay, think about it. First of all, the options back then were limited. It was probably going to be like, I'm a blacksmith.
That is one of the main ones, right?
I'm a farmer. I'm going to do
make your own.
Yeah, and it's like
you could be an entrepreneur and make your own occupation.
I could.
That's what I did.
Yeah, exactly. You would have been a content creator back in the medieval time. But my thing is that, hey, you know what? I know that I'm a goofball. I understand that I am personable to a certain extent. So go in there. I mean, I'm hanging out with the kings and queens, making a fool of myself. I'm privy to all the information. And guess what? They're going to look out for me, too. All of a sudden, we have famine. Guess who gets food first? That guy that's making me laugh.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, and then would I get thrown in jail? Because I'd probably make a couple off-color jokes.
Joke. Yep.
And I'm like, wait a minute. That was supposed to be funny, Your Highness. And instead,
they didn't find it funny.
Yeah, I'm shackled to the wall. But with the problem, before that point, I think I'd be really good at it, though. No, you're laughing at mine. There's not a lot of jobs. What were you were going to be a blacksmith?
No, I was going to be a survival specialist. So think back to the status of the houses that they had at that point. What were the houses made of?
All roads lead back to bushcraft.
Yes. What were the houses made of?
Probably wood and mud.
Ah, yes.
And stone.
Probably not too stable, right?
So it's
not a whole lot of insulation.
I feel like a survival specialist, the way you're describing this, is we just got to recently see your newfound man and Charlie Dern's icon, the Outdoor Boys. They just retired. So you were pitching it. You were going to do basically that.
Before him.
Before him, but not only before him, but where there's no avenue for people to actually follow and learn what you're doing.
No, so I'd be a Swiss Army knife. I would help out with, like if you need insulation in your house.
So now you're a carpenter. You're an architect.
Your house blew away, and there's another storm coming, and you need some bushcraft skills.
You're like, let me just pull together some twigs for you, some mud.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have this place looking real nice for you.
Or if you're hunting.
Or hunting.
I've never hunted before.
Well, see, I have, and my problem is that I've got like the shakiest hands in the world, so I had to stop because I'm like, I don't trust myself out there. Because if you're going hunting, you got to take care of the animal too. You got to make sure it's swift and everybody's like, you don't want this thing to suffer out there. So the fact that I'm out here shaky hands Magoo is a bad look.
I can help you with that. Survival specialist.
I don't know how that's going to help. If we're in the modern era and I've been shaking for 10 years.
Well, no. But if you miss your shot, then you don't get your food. So I'm going to find a way to help you overcome that.
No, again, I'm court jester. I don't have to worry about food. I've got the king over here just like, ha-ha, this guy right here. Get him another steak.
Yeah, in jail.
By the way, steak last night, Memorial Day. I'm interested. What did you have for Memorial Day?
I also had steak.
All right, how do you like your steak? Because this is I feel like this tells a lot about a person.
Medium rare, but I feel like there's a wide variety of that. Some people say medium rare, and the thing is about to walk out of there.
Yeah, I think that you're probably not going to like what I'm going to show you.
Oh, okay.
Because I was excited. I threw this on the skillet. I was so proud of myself last night. And then, of course, I have people being like, oh, that's like too rare. It's my sister's version. Let me see if I can spruce this up for you. While I'm sprucing this up.
Should have made a full screen graphic.
We should have.
That's pretty rare.
That's fantastic. For the people watching at home, you're going to have an opportunity here to see this bad boy. That's what a steak should look like.
Yeah.
I want that thing to be mooing.
20% of it is cooked.
Yeah, well, because you get the key is
the
that
middle
you gotta,
of that is bleeding.
If you can't do it on a grill, because grill's obviously the best. You get the nice grill marks on there. You get the taste of that charcoal. It's awesome. But when you have to do what I'm doing in the apartment, you have that skillet on high. You got to have that base layer. You have butter in the pan. It accelerates the heat. And you get that like char on the outside. And you want it to cook fast enough where you get the char without the inside warming up too much. And you get too close to medium. I don't care.
Like, that's a lot of work.
I want to see that like pool of blood when I'm done with it. I want to know that thing was alive recently.
All right, spring sports postseason has me feeling blank.
Ooh, I'm feeling frisky. It's a good day out here. Frisky's the word. All of a sudden, we know that we're going to have at least 2 games here. We have, one today. We're going to have one next Tuesday with the Beaver Dam baseball team that we're going to cover. And we're hoping for plenty more. A win tonight means that we're back out here on Thursday night. Would love to have kind of a repeat next week if that's the case. Get Beaver Dam baseball to do the exact same thing. It'd be really, really fun. It's been a blast covering this team this year. And to be able to cover both of them again, potentially for deep runs here, would be really, really special.
This is the part of the season that gets fun, because if Beaver Dam can get through this first week, the softball team that is, there will be moments, like you said, where Beaver Dam baseball is in the regional part of the tournament and softball is in the sectional part. So you're going to have double headers possibly, 3, 4, 5 games over the course of 1 week, maybe even more, hopefully more. Super, super cool opportunity for both of these programs. I wish there was a way to also broadcast track right now, because I know they have their regionals today, but good luck to all of them as well. Yeah, it's a fun time of year.
Well, how about that, too?
There's
Talking about the track. The wind, first of all, we get here, and Jeffy really is like, dude, it hasn't been windy all day.
Yeah, it was nice when we got here.
And
then we set everything up. Yeah.
We have a gift. When we sit out here, the wind comes out, and honestly, it's like very comfortable for us today. It's just unfortunate.
Mic quality.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys listening at home, apologies if it's a little difficult at points. It feels like it. But what I was going to say before that, my final point, too, is that we got to post a lot. So if you go out there on Twitter or Facebook, follow our ESPN Beaver Dam pages, you'll see we've had quite a few conference champions named across the events for track and field.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just really cool to be able to highlight them there. I'm hoping here in a few weeks when hopefully very successful few weeks for all these spring sports, we're going to be able to welcome them on similar to what we did with football and what we did with the winter sports.
100%. We want to be able to highlight everything when it's all over, regardless of how far everybody makes it, kind of get an idea of how their journeys went, bring some key players in, get the coaches' insight. But yeah, a lot to look forward to this week, right? So look out for some highlight videos over the course of the next week or two. I'm not going to put an exact deadline on it yet, but of me and Wally hopefully fielding some grounders, shagging some fly balls on the softball and baseball diamonds. We'll be doing that tomorrow, and then we'll be recording it and splicing some stuff up together for you guys for the next couple of weeks. McKenna Nelson will be on the show tomorrow. Girls golf state champion McKenna Nelson.
For now.
From 4:30 to 5 for now until she plays Wally on Saturday, and then is recrowned.
Does she have to like bring the trophy or whatever she won out?
This like a WWE thing? You got to bring your belt.
Well, yeah, because like she might lose it.
Boxing.
I told you I will be proudly calling myself the women's state champion.
Might lose it as in you cover your 2 strokes a hole.
It's basically the same thing. If we agreed upon before, it's like you mentioned WWE. There's certain stipulations that you can lose your belt. It's the same thing. I feel like I very much am in play to be a state champion at the end of the weekend.
What happens if you guys tie? Do we go playoff hole?
I feel like you got to have a playoff hole, right?
Then you still get the 2-stroke handicap or whatever it ends up being?
I think that we definitely bring that up tomorrow, because if it is a tie, there's no way that you can follow that up and not do something. So maybe, or even if you go over to the putting green and it's like, all right, here, we're going to take 2 50-foot putts, and whoever, gets it done
go
fastest.
Strictly to the short game.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like what you do in like hockey when you get to the overtime.
You want to shoot out.
You got to shoot out, or my
6 foot off
rule I wanted to introduce to the NFL, where all of a sudden we have a 50-yard kickoff to see who gets the ball first. Add some value to the kicker. That's all I'm saying.
I'm looking at how fast the ball's coming off of Coach Hines' bat. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this tomorrow.
Okay. The key is for me, I'm a big body.
Just stay low.
I always got yelled at because, like, when you're instinctively, like, 7, 8 years old and the ball's coming at you, you want to keep it in front of you, you'd want to drop to your knees and basically be a catcher. And it's part of the reason I transitioned to catcher. But that's what I'm going to be tomorrow. I'm just going to be like, hey, you know what? This is a Wally way to do it. Maybe you can learn a thing or two out
You're going to lay out on a ground ball that's like you're squared up to already.
There's a good chance that I'm going to be laying out to a ground ball that goes like 8 feet to my left, and like, why did you dive for that? I thought I had a play, coach.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, this has been the Damn Sports Show, a shorter edition today. We're going to flip it to break. If you're on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, don't go anywhere if you're on Daily Dodge TV. Just flip from one stream to the other. We have the Beaver Dam versus Sheboygan North live stream that'll go active in just a few moments here. When we return, it'll turn into the pregame show for Beaver Dam against Sheboygan North. This is a regional semifinal matchup for the Division I WIAA softball bracket. Win or go home. So we will switch over to that next. This has been the Damn Sports Show.